Hi Ma, welcome back for today's session. So in the last class we learned about documentation views, okay, their importance. Now today we are going to learn about documenting a view in detail. See, documenting a view is nothing but verifying the importance of the concept in terms of architecture along with the elements and their interfaces. But it is a time to know what elements we have to introduce in our documentation. For example, in your BTech project documentation, what will include based upon your model selected for your project like waterfall, spiral model, etc. etc. Okay, we need to give some headings like analysis, requirements, or design, testing, right, which you said in the previous classes, the same. Right. So here also we have to identify the phases or terminology and the importance of this terminology by which we can give more value to the documentation. Okay. So there is no industry standard template for documenting a view. So nobody suggests you have to follow this template only to form a documentation for your project or application. Okay. But what does it is, minimum requirements are some points we should not lose or we should not miss to include in our documentation. The author want to convey that. Okay. So allocating specific information to specific sections will help the documentation writer attack the task and recognize completion. So he is saying, so we have to give some importance to specific sections, we have to highlight, we have to stress, and we have to represent that sections which leading our documentation totally. Right. So when it will help and it will help the documentation reader quickly find the information of interest. So without going more stress or without going depth to know the concept. So these are the things, ma. I repeat, these are the main concepts we have to concentrate to start your documentation. Okay. So primary presentation. See, if you want to present a PPT, in any PPT presentation, if you are going to outside, what will you include, ma? Mainly the contents. Okay. You start with the contents only. What the contents contains? Introduction, abstract, the history, the present trends, the future enhancement, the architecture, applications and conclusion. So these are the main headings we have to include as a part of a PPT presentation for any paper or project, right? So here also these are the things, I repeat, here also these are the things we have to include in our documentation to present our view about the project. So those are primary presentation, element catalog, context diagram, variability guide, architecture background, glossary of terms, and finally other information. So what is a primary presentation? We will see. I just give the glance of this in one word. Primary presentation, main elements, in-depth knowledge of the element, the pictorial representation of your elements, if there is any variations in the importance, why the architecture is going to use the background, any terms you have been used and any other information you want to include. That's it. So these are the things you have to include as a part of a documentation in your view presentation. See, we will see one by one. First of all, primary presentation. It contains what? The main elements. The elements and the relationships. Mainly they used to prefer the pictorial representation or any single word identification. Right. They are not going to describe in detail. They will not give more text for this. But they will highlight the main key points in terms of pictorial representation. See. The primary presentation should contain the information you should wish to convey about the system only. Right. The primary presentation is usually graphical and accompanied by explanation of the notation or symbols used. So we have to use a graphical presentation or symbols we have to use. And finally, sometimes the primary presentation can be tabular and sometimes textual. It depends. But primarily what we have to use? The graphical representation only. Element catalog. What it contains? The depth knowledge. It details at least those elements and the relations depicted in the primary presentation. So primary presentation contains core elements we have to represent in our project, and what are the elements description is available in the element catalog. What is a catalog, ma? See, if any retailer or any person, a business person given a catalog for you, what it means? It gives some description about your item, the content in your catalog, right? Maybe for example dresses or any product. It contains minimum specifications, what it contains, configurations, cost, manufacturing concept, etc., etc., like this. Okay, next. So explain sufficient detail what elements are and their purpose and the roles they play, rendered in the vocabulary of the view. Yes, whatever the terminology we have to frame for this. For example, I want to frame about my mobile. So what is a mobile element catalog contains? It contains about the what is my processor, what is the company I am going to use, what is the memory, what is the external memory and the internal memory, what is the length of the mobile, length and width of the mobile, and what is the pixel camera. It's very important, camera. Okay, pixel rate. So these are all the things we have to include for the mobile element, right? Next. So in addition, if there are elements or relations relevant to the view that were omitted from the primary. So primary means main things we have to include. If some of the secondary issues which are taking place in the documentation or your application, but we may not able to provide in the primary presentation, those have to include mandated in the element catalog. Okay, so the catalog is where those are introduced and explained. Context diagram. The heading itself says it is a diagram. Context. What is the meaning of the context? It is an environment. It is applicability concept. It is our project outcome where we can use. Okay, that is a context. So that can be represented. So it shows how the system depicted in the view, how the picture representation, that may be the elements, their connectivity, their importance, their outcome, their input for your application relates to its environment in the vocabulary of the view. For example, component character, which I said previously, right? The component character view U shows how component characters interact with external components, that is input and output, via which interfaces and protocols. Okay, next, variability guide. If you want to change, if you want to stress anything, okay, so that elements can be included in this. It shows how to access any variation points that are a part of the architecture shown in this view. In some architectures, decisions are left unbound. What? In some architecture, decisions are left unbound. Unbound means there is no limit. We have to change n number of times based upon the requirement, based upon the outcome you got. If the outcome is not satisfiable for your requirement from the customer or the user, then we have to re-modify your architecture without, there is no doubt at all. Okay, so that one we have to include here. In some architectures, decisions are left unbound until a later stage of the development process, and yet the architecture must still be documented. Okay, so variability guide include, what it should include if you want to specify your variabilities or variations or any changes you want to specify. So what things you have to include in this are the options among which a choice is to be made. What are the options you have to change in a model view? So as we have number of views, right? So in a model view, what it can change, the options are the various versions or parameterizations of the modules. So what are the parameters you want to include? Okay, for example, I want to use two variables only, but I want to use different types of data. Addition for subtraction I want to perform. Okay, based upon that, if you want to perform some addition, you can perform an integer, float or concatenation on characters, right? So that one we can include that. In a component character view, okay, there might be constraints on the replications. So as we are going to use elements, if element has been down, what we have to, how we have to go through that problem. So we have to maintain one more copy of the data, because the data available in that dropped element may be precious to any other component, right? So in that case, we should recollect that data. How to recollect data? Maintaining the replicas. So how many replicas we have to maintain, where we have to maintain, okay, scheduling and choice of protocols. So these are the things we have to be rechecked again and again until the end of your application development in the component character view, right? Next, in an allocation view, they might include the conditions. When we have to allocate, we can't simply allocate your data to any module just like that. without any constraints. First we have to check, okay, what data can be allocated to any function to get our required output. We have to check, okay, we have to check thoroughly, right? So under which a software element would be allocated to a particular person. And the binding time, very, very important. So binding time is very, very, for example, if you are going to use static data in the program itself, no need to worry about that, because the system will perform operations on the same data only. But whenever there is a input giving it the execution time, that is binding time, then we have to verify the changes in terms of what is the design time it will take, what is some at build time and others at runtime. Okay, so the design decisions we have to check whenever at design time, build time and at runtime. Okay, architecture background, it's a very, very important. The historical information or needed things. For example, we go on to some any place, okay, and we are not able to get any facility to accommodate. Accommodate means to take a room or to fresh up. What will you do? You will try to prefer some recommendations. Okay, so based upon the recommendation they have given, you will get some allocation, right? You will you may get the accommodation, right? So that is importance or the history background you have. If you don't have any recommendations, you will not able to get the accommodate, right? So in this case, we have to give the reasons why this is going to be happen, why we prefer that. Okay, see this. The goal of this section is to explain to someone why the design is as it is, why you prefer this design, and to provide a convincing argument that is to be signed. See, if a customer is not able to compare their product with any other product, means he may not able to sell his product. For example, if you verify in the website, I want to compare two mobile bikes. Okay, I want to combine the Hero Honda and the Yamaha. For example, okay, Yamaha and some other pulse. Okay, so how the company will provide the features? So in terms of speed, in terms of caliber, okay, in terms of petrol consumption, in terms of size, in terms of cost, in terms of durability, etc., etc. They are going to give comparison with any other product so that their product is going to be highlighted. Right. Here also we have to provide in documentation the convincing nature of your application. Right. That may be using the analysis in terms of comparison of any other product. Don't worry. An architecture background should include rational. What is the rational meaning? Is it truthness? Truth. What it contains exactly. What about we have to talk about. Okay. So the application thing we are going to use, by which we are going to using that application. It explains why the decision reflected in the view were made and why alternatives were rejected. Analysis result. So if you comparing with any other thing, automatically the result will outcome. Okay, the results will give the positive way, means it will compare. That comparison may be positive if a product is good, maybe negative if a product is not good. Okay, so it justifies the design and explain what would have to change in the face of a modification. Finally, the assumptions. It reflected in the design. The assumptions can be unlimited. Maybe any person has his own assumptions. There is no limit at all. So it is up to you, based upon the knowledge you have in your application, in your architecture. You can give any number of assumptions. So what are the things we have to include architecture background? One is truthness, next one is analysis with any other product, next one is assumption. Glossary of the terms. So this is the thing, it is also unlimited thing. So we have lot of terms we are going to include in terms of explanation, in terms of description, in terms of presentation, in terms of context, okay, in terms of applications. So these are some of the areas we can stress to collect some of the terms by which you can highlight your project or application. Here there is a chance to include in the documentation. We should give, see, if you use a project documentations, also basic project documentation, at the end we have to give the glossary, right, and other information if you want to include. Any standard practices or standards information or any permissions you have taken, or if you have any rights to include, those can be included. So that can be either, they might include management information such as authorship, whether you have a permission or not. what is our configuration and what is our changes, means by what this product is good. Okay, our history, our version 1 is somewhat variant, but our version 2 is good. Okay, how you are going to be compared, where you have to include the documentation is other information. Okay ma, any other record differences, strictly speaking information such as this is not architectural, but we can include this. Okay, so that is about other information. So finally we have a pictorial representation for the 7 parts ma. So see this is the one, views. So primary representation, which I said previously, we have to include as a diagrammatic or pictorial representation or in terms of text. Element catalog, in-depth knowledge of any elements. If the elements has not been used here, you can use here. The elements and their properties, relations and their properties, element interfaces and element behavior. The context diagram, total environment then their behavior. So some of the elements they have, what is the input from them and what is the outcome from them. Sorry, what is the input to them and what is the outcome from them. We have to represent like this. Variability guide, architectural background. So design relational, analysis of results, assumption. So in this we have total data here, glossary of terms and other information. So how many sections we have to include here? We have to include 7 sections without any doubt. Okay. So documenting behavior. See, it's not only enough to us to describe about the elements to include in the documentation, but also what the documentation speaks about. The documentation also have to speak about the total working of your project. How it is going to be behave. If you are going to give some input, what it is going to be the outcome. If it doesn't satisfy your input, so why it is not satisfied? That also we have to conclude. Okay. So the main thing. See, views present, the whatever views we have been previously. Structural information about the system. But structural information is not sufficient to allow reasoning about some system properties. So that structure which contains 7 elements which we learned in the previous few minutes back is not sufficient to allow reasoning about some system properties. So behavior can be documented either about an element or about an ensemble of elements. So how the behavior can be included ma? A design is a collection of the elements, right? So those elements have to explain properly what the element is going to be do, what is the future, what is the relationship, what is the functionality we have to include. So that can be, that also have to talk in documentation. In UML, sequence diagrams and state starts. I hope you all understood this because all of you learned through OOAD, Object Oriented Analysis and Design, which contains UML, Unified Modeling Language, right, which contains sequence diagrams and state charts. What is a state chart ma? So state charts are for describing reactive systems. So what is the outcome they will get? So which provide the expressive power to model abstraction and concurrency. State charts allow reasoning about the totality of the system. What is sequence diagram? Flow of data. So from this collection of elements, what is the flow of data from one element to another is going to be given by sequence diagram. So sequence diagram allows reasoning based on a particular usage scenario, right? Documenting interfaces, very important. So not only the major views, not only the behavior, but also we have to document, we have to give the documentation about the interfaces. It's playing a vital role. It gives a behavior of one element, okay, to the any other element. See, behaving in a single element is somewhat different. Okay, see, for example, I am going to use a mobile again. Okay, I want to explain the features of the mobile in depth. That is called as a behavior. But when you are going to make a call to any other person, when I am going to capture a picture, when I am going to taking a video, so which is going to be interfacing to the outside world, how it is going to behave, that also have to document in your documentation, right? So mainly these interfaces comes for connector and components concept now, because the connector is going to be connect different elements in your system to get the data or give the data or to command. An interface is a boundary across two independent entities meet and interact communication with each other. Since you cannot perform analysis or system building without them, documenting interfaces is an important part of a documenting architecture. Yes. So architecture playing a vital role, but along with this architecture documentation, we also have to document about the interfaces. So documenting an interface consists of naming and identifying it. So we have to give separate names for any interfaces. We are going to use from A to B. A to B connectivity is a AB. Let it be. BTC interfacing name is a BC. Okay. How we have to represent that? Syntax and semantics we have to follow. What is the syntax? For example, from A to B, I am going to give the 3 elements. So A of 3 elements of B, close. Okay. So it will give the syntax that. Then semantic, what it means? It contains the 3 parameters which is going to taken by B from A. Okay. An interface is documented with an interface specification. Template for. So what is the documentation of interfaces should include? The template contains is C. What is the identity of the interface? What is the resources you are going to provide? Those resources can be syntax, semantics and usage restrictions. Locally defined data types if any in your component. Next one. Any exception definitions. Same variability, if you want to change anything we have to include. How quality can be estimated. By what features you can include the quality. What are the minimum requirements of any element, because the interface gives or satisfy the component requirement, right ma? For example, there is no interface at all between 2 components. What is the use of these components ma? Okay, so one component have to satisfy to any other component requirement, right? So what are the elements requirement or component requirements? What is the truth behind this based upon your nature and the design issues and usage guide if there is any. Okay ma? Usage guide means so how you are going to use that, how it is going to be useful to us. So these are the things we have to include as a part of a interfacing documentation, right ma? Right, that's it ma. So I just explain in here detailed explanation. I think we can include as a part of a normal single name itself, no need to explain at all. So that's it for today ma, right? In the next class we learn about the some other concept, I forgot that name, sorry. Okay, so for next class have it, bye bye.